Good morning, everyone. Welcome back once again. Let's begin with Mark chapter 8, verse 22 to 26. The Word of God says, They came to Bethsaida, and some people brought a blind man and begged Jesus to touch him. He took the blind man by the hand and led him outside the village. And when he had spit on the man's eyes, he put his hands on him, and Jesus asked, Do you see anything? He looked up and said, I see people. I see something, he says. They look like trees walking around. Once more, Jesus put his hands on the man's eyes. Then his eyes opened, his sight was restored, and he saw everything clearly. Jesus sent him home, saying, Don't even go into the village. This story feels a little odd, doesn't it? It almost feels like it's out of place. Jesus doesn't heal the blind man in front of everyone. In fact, the Bible tells us he takes him by the hand and leads him outside the village, away from the noise, away from the spectators. And he does something quite strange. He spits on the man's eyes and places his hands right there. And then he asks, Do you see anything? You could imagine the man opening his eyes and he begins to see something blurry. He says, I see people. I see people. So you can hear somewhat of excitement. And then he goes, But they look like trees walking around. This is the only miracle in the Gospels that happens in two stages. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad it does. Because we often think that God should work like a fast food restaurant, right? Quick and instant, right away. Flip a switch, there it is. But this story shows God works in steps as well, process. The first touch initiates the healing, but clarity doesn't come right away. Healing can begin, but it may still feel blurry. Change can start, but it's not finished yet. Perhaps that's where you are this morning. You're not who you used to be, but you're not the person you hope you'll be either. Some things change, but the picture is still unclear, hazy, foggy. And it's easy in that middle space to feel tired and wonder if God forgot about you or stopped working in your life, to think that maybe nothing happened at all. My friends, fix your eyes on Jesus. He doesn't just move on. He doesn't say, well, close enough. You're far better than where you were. I'm out of here. No, he puts his hands on the man's eyes again. And then the Bible tells us the man sees clearly, fully for the first time. I think a lot of us live in that middle ground. God touched you. He started something, but he still feels foggy. That doesn't mean you're broken. It doesn't mean you've done something wrong. It may just mean that you're in process. Healing usually comes in layers, growth in steps, and faith in trusting in him when the sight, the view is still blurred. I remember a time I kept asking God for clarity, for answers, for anything, and I felt stuck. But I also noticed little changes inside of me. Not fast, not obvious, not instant, just little tiny little changes, little by little. And I thought I was doing something wrong, but in retrospect, that was when God was shaping me in ways I couldn't see yet. And maybe that's you. You don't need perfect sight to keep moving. You just need to stay close enough to Jesus for his second touch. You notice Jesus didn't rush that man. He stayed until his vision was clear. And he'll stay with you. And that's the part we forget. Jesus doesn't just begin the work. The Bible tells us he completes it. He finishes it. He's not like us, giving up when patience runs out. He waits with you. He works deeper than you can see. And sometimes that blur is the very space where trust is born, where dependence takes root. Now remember this, God's delay is not necessarily a punishment. God's delay is often preparation. So don't quit in the middle, my friends. He's not finished yet. You're not stuck. You're right in the middle of the miracle. Let him touch your eyes again. Let him finish what he started. Let him lean into your life. and may he finish what he began. God bless you, and I hope that was a blessing to you. Again, if you can click that like button to help others to see us, share it with others, subscribe if you want these videos right away. God bless you, and I'll see you in a couple of days.